I love Pair Eyewear. You can switch from prescription frames to sunglasses in a snap. Now, the virtual try-on feature was a fantastic experience, and it made finding the perfect fit so easy. Base frames started at $60, and they have options for men, women, kids, and non-binary people. Step into summer sunshine with a snap. Sun top frame started just, listen to me, $30.
Celebrate friendship and adventure this summer with Pair Eyewear. Go to paireyewear.com and use code Sibling15 for 15% off your first pair. That's PAIR eyewear.com, code Sibling15.
Fume is an award-winning flavor air device that is leading the way in the flavor air category. Imagine swapping out your usual habits for something like a crisp mint or orange vanilla, delicious flavors that are closer to herbal teas than really anything else.
One of my favorite things about Fume is how it draws flavor to your mouth without any vapor. You can use it anywhere, and it's totally guilt-free with non-toxic flavors.
Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success stories. For a limited time, try our code Rivalry to get a free gift with your journey pack. Head to tryfume.com, that's TRYFUM.com, and use code Rivalry to get a free gift with your order today.
Y'all, our editor Jay has told us countless times the Bob is. I think it's something that brings you warmth and comfort. Is that what it does for you?
Not necessarily. I mean, there's no reason. I don't understand your strong objection to clapping.
Because Jacob and I already did it, and you was over there futzing around with curtains and beads and whatever the hell you was doing.
What beads? Beads where?
First of all, you wearing an accordion pleated full jumpsuit. So please shake your cup all the way down, because you have come into this podcast on a 10 with your wardrobe alone. Okay? Calm down.
Because I'm wearing a shirt. And what are you wearing? A gray sweatshirt with a baseball cap?
Yeah,
you gonna talk about my clothes?
I'm saying that you look nice, so calm down.
No, the way you said it. Don't do it the way you did. Like, it's a compliment. That's whack. Why are you sitting where you're sitting?
Because I'm at my friend's house recording. No, they're doing construction in the back, and it's so loud. It's like really right by my drag room.
Yeah, we hear it.
Can you hear it really?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
yes.
I'm trying to go as far. It's so loud. It's so loud. Oh, here's the thing, and I had to.
Maybe you should have went to a friend's house.
They're doing construction in my house, and like they showed up. Tell me if this is inappropriate. You know what? I'm in a. Oh my god, is that rocks hitting my fucking? They showed up at my house, and they started working at 7:05 in the morning. That's out of that's inconsiderate for my neighbors, right?
I mean, did they show up against your will? Like, bitch, weren't you CC'd on this?
No, they didn't. They just showed up. Sometimes they just show up and start working.
They just show up at your house and start working without your permission.
Yes. I mean, they had my permission to do the project.
Bitch, they might not be working. There might be people, just random people.
They have permission to work on the project, but sometimes and the first day they came and like,
is my light too bright?
No, it was good.
Like I'm on the surface of the sun. Oh, it's not warm. Hold on.
Bob will adjust his lighting after the podcast has started.
That is much better. So much better.
They have my permission to do the project, but they show up sometimes. And the first time I was like, hey guys, I really need you guys to come after 8 a.m. because I feel like that's a reasonable time to start work. Bitch, this morning at 7:05.
Well, that's probably when the legal time to start construction is. You know, there's a legal precedent for when construction can start, when it has to stop. Yeah, every state has one. I don't know what it is in I believe in New York City it's 7 or 6 a.m.
6 a.m. in New York? That's crazy.
Let me see. What time can construction work start? In New York City. New York City. It's 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah, in California, it's also 7 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah, so if they're starting at 7:05, that's probably because that is the legal time where you can start. They're
that
probably showing
feels
up.
rude though. If I'll be if I'll be mad as hell if I was my neighbors.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, I lived in New York City, and I heard a lot of people starting construction at 7 a.m. It was pretty common, and it's also so they can get work done faster. If they show up later, there's gonna
I know,
they
and it also
because you also have to stop at 6 o'clock, or at least I don't know what it is in LA, but in New York, you legally cannot do construction,
and it's also the
loud
valley.
construction
In the
after
middle of the
6.
day, it gets so hot. It is so hot right now, especially this heat wave. It'd be hot as
So to
hell.
be honest, I'm on their side with this one. It seems like they're really on time, really professional, and they are probably going to get this project done in a timely manner. So I got to be honest, I'm team blue collar workers.
Okay. Just for the record, I want to say I am also team blue collar workers. I feel like sometimes Bob says statements on this podcast, and it makes me seem like I'm on the opposing side of the argument.
That's nothing to do with me. That's you. Now
I'm
that's
just
how
saying.
you're representing yourself. Okay, that is how you are representing yourself. But you have expressed some anti-union sentiments on this
No,
podcast.
I am
It gives
not. What anti?
it gives
First of all,
scab.
out of the two of us, I'm the one of us that was on a union first.
No, that's also not
I was
true.
part of Local 6 in New York City when I worked at hotels, bitch. When did you become part of the SAG union?
First of all, I wasn't SAG's not the first union. I'm a member of multiple
Okay, which
unions.
one? State them, list them,
Actors Equity.
and drop the number so we can verify.
I'm gonna give you guys my fucking SAG number. Actors Equity, which is how I did Berkeley, and I also was working for the Actors Equity when I was at the Jekyll and Hyde Club as an actor.
Wait, you have to be part of Equity to work at Jekyll and Hyde?
Yep,
Really?
yep.
And what year did you work at the Jekyll and Hyde Club?
I started working at Jekyll and Hyde in 2009.
I started working in hotels in 2009 as well, so we maybe were around the same time.
Hmm.
I hate when you do that.
Muy interesante. Muy interesante. Okay, that's not true. You did have to be Actors Equity to work as an actor at Jekyll and Hyde Club, but when I started, they had actually dropped that.
Oh, word. That seems like a lot to work. No shade. Okay. So, but I mean, okay, just so y'all are aware, normal people who work in Actors Equity are people who are on Broadway tours or work through Broadway. So it just seems like a big requirement to be a server at this
Who's she
restaurant.
talking to? Who's she
You
talking about?
have to be part of
It
Actors
was for the
Equity.
actors, not the service, for the actors.
Okay, I guess I'm confused at what Jekyll and Hyde. So is Jekyll and Hyde like medieval times?
No, Jekyll and Hyde Club is like going to a restaurant where there are mad scientists and doctors who roam around while you eat, and there's also a show they put on during the dinner service as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's more like a interactive dinner theater.
Have you ever seen? There's this new. I mean, everyone knows Elaine Stardust. Well, not everyone. People who go to New York, who are theater people, knows Elaine Stardust on 50.
Ellen Stardust. I'm screaming at Elaine Stardust.
Who is it? Who Stardust?
Ellen's Stardust Diner.
Are you sure it's Ellen?
100% positive.
Okay, I trust
And
you.
to quote that one guy from Patreon who hates when I say this, and this is not up for debate. and let that trigger him again. He said, "I wish someone would say this now to debate to Bob." And I was like, "Girl." Also, Jacob, just like with Trump and those black journalists, can we get a real time fact checker, please?
There's a new one that I've seen on TikTok that I'm obsessed with. And the people at Ellen Stardust are fierce too. But this one, bitch, these bitches are going up. I want to go.
Maybe Elaine is the one you're talking about. Maybe Elaine is the new
Yeah,
one.
maybe that's the one. But I want to go. Can you and I go to one together?
Yeah, I auditioned for Ellen Stardust 9 years ago.
You don't sing.
I auditioned.
I believe Monét is thinking of Gail's Broadway Rose.
Maybe that's the
Is
one.
that
Yeah,
the one?
yeah. Is it downtown?
I think so. Let me look.
Yeah.
So
What did you
I
think for your
auditioned for Ellen
audition?
Stardust. I walked in. This was when I was like 23, 22 years old. I walked in and I was like, "Hey, I would like to work here at Ellen Stardust Diner." And the guy was like, and the guy goes, "Okay." And then he goes, "All right, you're." I was walked in with my server application and my my acting resume, and I was like, I want to be a waiter here." And then he was like, "All right, come back at during the lunch rush or something like that." I think he told me to come back, or either I came during the lunch rush or something.
Mhm.
Then he was like, "All right, sing a song in front of everyone right now."
And Bob goes,
And I
I
was like,
know you wanna leave
he was like,
me.
you have to sing 2 songs. You have to stick around during the service and sing 2
Like
songs.
during
That is
like regular people.
regular service with tourists in tow. So I did. Devin went down to Georgia, which he really enjoyed, and he was like, "That was actually incredibly entertaining, but I need you to do something that's a little more singy." He goes, because it's not just about being entertaining; it's also about being a good singer. And then apparently, if someone does a really good singing thing, he makes them the next song be something really entertaining. And then I did Valerie, or I think I did Valerie by Amy Winehouse.
Uh-huh. Can you give us a little snippet of that?
No.
Okay. I like when you
And
sing. I like when you sing on the podcast.
anyway, so and then he said thank you, but no thank you. Yeah, but I was like in my early 20s.
Work. This is what. Can I tell you one thing I admire about you, Bob? You when you want to do something, you will do it. Like you are committed to it. You will do the thing, and if it's a no, you're like, all right. I said no, but I tried the thing. I went for it, and I can't say I did try it.
Well, that was me in Atlanta on Grinder this weekend. This guy, I wrote this guy said hi, and he wrote back and said not interested. I said, I wrote back. I said, you didn't have to respond. You could have just not said anything. He goes, but I did. I said, okay. And then he goes, and you look like a bottom anyway. And I was like, oh. And I said, oh, you're one of them. I said, I don't think we would have gotten along. He goes, yeah. And I clocked that. And that's why I said no. And then he blocked me. I was
Okay.
really gagged.
I will say this: Atlanta Grinder I've been bottom chained on Atlanta Grinder, and it doesn't happen often. Like so here and there, you get bottom. But in Atlanta, at least like 3 or 4 times, I've been bottom chained on Atlanta. Like you a bottom, nah, and they'll like block me or something like that.
Atlanta has a reputation for being a town full of bottoms who really don't want to be around any bottoms. That's kind of Atlanta's reputation.
Interesting. Why is
Like New York
that?
City's known for being all bottoms, but the bottoms will sometimes get together and bump purses. But in Atlanta, it is known for being a town full of bottoms who really cannot stand other bottoms.
Which that can't be right, right? Like if you think of like, there's nowhere there are more bottoms in Atlanta than anywhere else in the world. Like I don't think that's how.
I didn't say more than anywhere in the world, but maybe there's just 3 really tired tops in Atlanta who just been working their asses off and are just really exhausted, just getting brutalized and abused by all these bottoms in the town. And these 3 tops are just trying to escape, but they're chained somewhere onto to some skinny little queen's bed.
There was I was staying in New York this past week, and I was staying in Williamsburg, and I opened the grind, and they're just like really, and someone hits me up, beautiful body and everything. The profile was just like this, right, and showing their ass a bit. I was like, I work, so we're talking, and then they're like 0 feet away. I was like, oh, are you staying at this hotel too? He's like, no, I work here. I was like, oh. And he was like, "Do you mind?" I was like, so that means that you can like come up here anytime you want. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Give me your room number." But I had
When was this?
when was this?
Yeah.
Like yesterday, 2 days ago. And then, but before that, I hooked up. Okay, so I hooked up with someone, 2 people before that, and I went to suck his dick, but his dick, I don't know what was on his penis. It was numbing.
It's probably skin.
No, but I put his dick in my mouth.
He didn't have any skin on his penis?
Shut the fuck up.
That's
Well,
You're like, no, of course not.
Sometimes I like my dick like I like my chicken breast, skinless. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
And then
More flavor.
So, when I was sucking his dick, it numbed my mouth, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "That's so weird." So he wanted to top me, but I left my douche here and I didn't buy a new one because I was like, "That's so annoying."
So you did it anyway.
No, I was like, "No, I can't." He was getting aggressive, which is kind of hot, but I was like, "No, I can't." So we finished that, and then another dude came over, and he was so beautiful. Beautiful body, beautiful face. His breath smelled like a sewer. But he was so beautiful and hot. And I was like, so this was great. But then after him, that's when the guy at the hotel hit me up. And I was like,
Busy day.
the guy at the hotel hit me up. And I was like, the nausea from the numbing dick 2 dicks before was hitting. So I was like, I just felt super nauseous. I was like, no, I can't. Sorry, I can't. I was like, maybe I'm just hungry. I went to get food. Bitch, I took 2 bites of my food. I just started throwing up. And I was like, so now
This story is not as hot. I don't know if you think this story is hot, but it's
it's
not.
not. I'm just talking about my
Okay.
experience. But I was just thinking,
Okay.
like, what was this? Anyone know what could have been on his dick that made me like sick and made me nauseous and sick? I was like, did someone like do a bump of coke off his dick? Like, why did it numb my mouth and why did it make me nauseous?
This is a big cry from back in the day when I'd be like, maybe you could hug another person. You'd be like, I am monogamous.
Well, instead of the podcast,
I'm like,
Andy and
I'm
I
like,
go
Monet, have you ever thought about holding strong eye contact with someone? Don't ever, ever.
I've said this to the pod. Andy and I go about we go in and out of monogamy and openness, and right now was a period of openness.
Apparently, y'all
Is
have
this
bust wide
loud?
open.
Can y'all hear this? Like, is it?
It is loud, and we can't hear it.
Is this gonna be unusable?
It's probably no less usable. We got a lot of blowback from you brushing your teeth with that thing on the podcast last time. A lot of people were really upset.
Well, then
They were.
listen.
We were eating all the way through season 1, and then for season 2, we lived in that New York apartment where we were right on the ground floor. So it goes in and out. I think it's fine. And
Okay. And guys, let's take a break. I'll tell you guys about the very important big news happening over here at Sibling Rivalry.
What's the big news at Sibling Rivalry?
So as y'all know, when Sibling Rivalry started, we were not represented. Bob and I did it ourselves. We uploaded it ourselves. Blah 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 blah. Bob edited it. Then we joined Starburns Audio, we were with Starburns Audio for a long time, for about 2 years. Then we transitioned to Studio 71. And now in this new iteration of the podcast, we're going the amazing senior vice president, I don't know his exact title. His name was Land Romano at Starburns. He's an amazing audio editor. He's coming back to audio. He'll be editing the audio of our podcast, and he's amazing. So he's joining our team again, and we're so excited to have Land back on Sibling Rivalry.
I ran into Land at the Comedy Store. I did Justin Martindale's podcast.
Don't you love Land? Isn't he so sweet?
Yeah, Land is very lovely. Well, you don't have anything to say about Justin Martindale? That's crazy.
I did. First of all, I was going to put you on that podcast. They asked me, they was like, should we have Bob on? I said, yeah, you should have Bob. He's amazing.
How did you put me on a podcast where Justin Martindale and Land already both knew who I was?
Wait, can you tell the Caroline Ray story?
What did you say, Jacob?
What'd you say, Jacob?
Can you tell the Caroline Ray story after this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The answer is I will tell the story. I feel like it's not that great of a story, but I will tell it though.
Okay, because we also so I say all that to say Lana's coming on the podcast. Also, just so I know we always tease about things happening over at Sibling Rivalry and Patreon, but Bob and I are really working on some really amazing ways, and we're beefing up our Patreon stuff. Some brand new things that are coming down the pike for real. This is not like the movie. This is not like this is real programming and real things that are actually happening that will be coming to fruition very soon.
You're ridiculous. So I will tell the story. I don't think it's a great story, but I will tell. I feel like you have to have so much context.
Fill me in,
So
because y'all started texting that in the group chat, and I had no idea what the context was.
So I have a friend named Free. Free is my drag daughter. Free is this drag queen living in New York City, and Free is not known for being particularly kind. Okay. Free also does make some outfits for me and Monét. You've seen me and Monét in outfits made by Free on Drag Race and on tour. On Free made the Bob the Drag Queen Elizabeth dress.
Oh, he did.
What is wrong with your head?
Bitch, and I'm taking the ginkgo biloba, and I told you that shit don't work. I'm doing all the things to circumvent.
You waited too long. I've been recommending for 8 years. Maybe the damage is done.
Anyway, continue with your story, bitch.
So anyway, so one day, Free was meeting me at the Lincoln Center when I was going I was hosting an evening of opera before Monét ever got the opportunity. I was hosting an evening of opera at the Lincoln Center. They were doing Stonewall the opera. Back when Monét was doing little club gigs.
God, can you tell a story and not be a horrible person for 5 seconds?
Back when Monét was still doing cooter slams for dollars soaked in beer. So on the way headed there, he and I were like, I gave Free this dress. I had this rainbow dress that's like rainbow reveal dress. If you look up my season 8 promo tour performance in New York City, there's this dress I do over the rainbow, and then I pull the dress and it becomes a rainbow dress. And then I had a new version of that dress made. So I gave Free the old one because Free's a little skinnier than me. I gave Free the old one and a little, and then I got the new one, and then we both did a reveal together, and then we watched the opera together. So on the way, Free was like, I ran in.
Was that when he went with you to Paris? Did y'all wear it in Paris together, something like that?
No, Free did go to Paris. No, we did that. We did that video together over in Lincoln Center, over at Columbus Circle.
Got it.
So anyway, so on the way to the venue, Free ran into Caroline Ray. And he was like, "Oh my God, I ran into Caroline Ray." If you don't know, Caroline Ray was one of the aunts from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yes.
She's a stand-up comedian, but her most famous role is she was one of the aunts in Sabrina the Teenage Witch with
Zelda. I forget her name.
No, her name's not Zelda. Her name is
I know. I don't know her name though.
No, I mean the actress who played Clarissa.
Melissa Joan Hart.
With Melissa Joan Hart, not the new one, the one with Melissa Joan Hart. Anyway, so according to Free, the story goes, Caroline Ray walked up to Free and was like, "Oh my God, you're in drag! How beautiful! Like, happy Pride!" And then Free goes, "My name is Free," and she goes, "I'm Caroline Ray," and then he goes, "I know who you are," which is a very Free thing to say. I know who you are.
Alfredo can be a little bit aggressive sometimes, but I love it.
And then she was like, "Oh, okay." And then Free was like, "Do you want a picture?" And then she was like, but then Free took the picture with his phone. Like, it wasn't like, let's take a picture, and like Free took the picture with his phone, clicked it, and then it's in the picture you can tell that Caroline Ray just like is being accosted by this drag queen who's saying, "Do you want a picture?" When the truth is she wants a fucking picture. And then I was in drag the other day and I just ran into Caroline Ray. So I felt the need to recreate the photo. Now, when we're gonna put the photo up here, this is the picture that Free took with Caroline Ray. And we thought it was so funny because it seems like Caroline Ray does not want to be in this picture. Caroline Ray seems to have no desire to be in this picture. And Free seems very pleased to have Caroline Ray in this photo. And then this picture is when our friend Mateo Lane redrew the image. So then Mateo drew a depiction of the interaction, and then I ran into Caroline Ray the other day. I told her the story, and then I have this picture of me and Caroline Ray.
Where did you run into her at? Where were you at?
The Comedy Store. I was doing Justin Martindale's podcast.
Oh, you did it in drag.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
Work.
I ran into this guy. You know, I like to say stuff that's awkward because I think it's funny. And I left my fanny pack in the dress in the green room, and I was like, "Oh," I went back and get it, and then I just looked at the guy and I was like, "By the way," I was like, "Do you guys mind if I do like 40 minutes of stage time tonight for your show?" To these strangers, I thought it was funny, and the guy was like, "Oh, I don't know, man. Let me just see, because like maybe on another show." I was like, "No, I really need like 40 minutes like tonight of stage time during y'all show."
Did they give it to you?
No, of course not. But eventually this other guy who was like really hot was standing there, and then he was like, I don't want to say his name because of the way the interaction happened. I was just like, I was very funny, so all the comedians were like, "Wow, you're really funny," especially when they don't know who I am.
Wait, on Justin Martindale's podcast?
So this was a group coming in after. This was the show after Justin Martindale show. So they were there watching the tail end of the show.
Got it.
And they were like, "You're really funny." I was like, "Thank you," yada, yada, yada. And this one guy was just really hot. Me and Jared Goldstein were like, "Man, that guy is so good looking."
Jared Goldstein. Do I know who that is?
Jared Goldstein is a comedian. He hangs out with Technoid Towers. He's Asian guy. Anyway. So then but I think the guy gave me a fake name.
The hot guy. Was he gay?
I don't know.
You know when somebody's fucking gay, girl.
You do, but he didn't know who I was, so apparently he can't be gay. Let me tell you right now.
Oh my God. Anyways.
Every fag in the world knows this one, honey.
Girl, let me tell you, the fucking world will end and faggots won't know who the hell you are, okay? But people know who I am, because the name on everybody's lips is gonna be Monét.
When someone writes you on Grindr, do you check to see if they are following you on Instagram first?
If they have their Instagram, I check, yes.
What if they're following me but not following you? Would you believe them? They're like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, if they're following you and they're not following me, I'm like, you're fucking lying. There is no way that you're following Bob and you don't know who I am.
There's one person who they can follow but not know me. There's one person, but only one. There's only one Rue girl I will accept that you might know them and not me.
Who?
And that's Naomi. Naomi Smalls.
Why?
Because they might have been watching her on your season of Drag Race. So let me rephrase that. Anyone who's like associated with me that I know, not any Rue girl, but like I know Naomi Smalls, but there's a chance that you saw Naomi on All Stars and did not know that she was from season 8, and therefore I will accept that you are following Naomi, but not. But if you're following Kimchi, Bianca Del Rio, Jinx Monsoon, Peppermint, Monét Exchange,
Why I gotta be fifth?
Anyway, any of those of my, I was being a little exaggerated when I say drag, but if you're following one of my close drag friends, when I say my close drag friends from Drag Race are you, Pep, Kim, Naomi, you're probably just Monet. Don't do this. Who did I miss? Say it now. Show me to me, Rachel. Show me to me, Rachel. Who did I skip?
What about Thorgy?
No, I'm good. I didn't skip anything.
Show me
I skipped nothing. That list was intentional.
Okay, now Bob, we need to talk about this. Although I'm feeling more optimistic about our future here as citizens in this world. But if a motherfucking global collapse happens, if the apocalypse happens, what the fuck is we doing? Number one, if we're both in LA, are we finding our way to each other? Or are we keeping separate? Because I'm not Hollywood, where you at, is going to be pandemonium. It is going to be a Panda Express over there, okay? I think over here in the Valley is a much safer and a much better place to be.
That's a bold assumption.
It is.
It is bold. I agree.
No, bitch, over there in Hollywood, mobbing, scheming, looting, hide your bodies. It's gonna be crazy over there.
I don't think. Okay, you act like I live in you sound like one of the fucking Trumpies. They destroyed Chicago. They burned down Minneapolis.
Bob, you're in more of the city. Like there are buildings, there's like a lot going on over there. Over here in the Valley is residential. Like this is a safe. We can hanker down in this house, and we can be safe here. Also, all my neighbors have a license to carry. We can band together.
Do you think that the laws for carrying are different in the Valley than they are in the city?
Okay, I think I would reckon that the more people. How many people do you know have a license? How many of your neighbors do fucking ladies owners? You think they have a fucking musket and a fucking rifle ready to go?
Yeah, first of all, I talked to one of my neighbors. That's not true. There's two that I talked to. The doctor and his wife, and then lady and their
look, y'all hear that? Y'all hear these little flex? First of all, I talked to my neighbors. I talked to the orthopedic surgeon, and I talked to the lawyer. Y'all.
I said flex? The doctor and his wife and lady and their owner.
Y'all heard it.
And Betty.
And who?
Betty.
Oh, Betty upstairs. I haven't seen Betty in a long time. I have not seen Betty in Betty lives in the penthouse. Betty lives in the nicest motherfucker on this motherfucker.
A penthouse. Yo, I could not. Bob loves his little flexes. His little flex of flexes.
I said Betty lives in the penthouse. I don't live in the penthouse.
But you're sitting
Betty lives in the penthouse.
There is luxury in here, but there's a penthouse.
Okay, anyway, I think the reason why my place would be safer than your place is that I live in an apartment building. You are on the ground level. Apparently, anyone can walk into your place at 7 a.m. and just start drilling, and you don't even have security. People are sneaking into your garage. People are just walking onto your land and drilling. You don't even know they're there until you hear in the morning.
Well, you know why? That's because, as you know, the fencing is literally coming into my place now, so I will be very secure.
Okay, bitch, the fence you're getting built is not like the wall that Trump tried to build. It's a fence, girl. They can be knocked over easily. I live in a building. You have to get through a few doors before you get to my door.
First of all, the second door don't even work.
The second door of my place does work.
In your building? Bitch, once you get through that first door, which...
I mean, it's not supposed to be locked. That door doesn't lock. Bitch, it's just supposed to be...
You give me a hammer.
Every building...
You give me a hammer, I will open that first door.
In every building, and we lived in New York City, so you and I both know that there's a door that you have to have a code or a key to get into. And the second door is just a door. Like everyone knows the second door is just a door that has no code. Everybody's building. The second door is just a door that has no code or anything.
Well, I'll have to say, your first door, albeit very nice with glass and shit, bitch, you give me a screwdriver, I will ka-ching and open the door. So what was talking about? It's safe.
Then do it.
No, I'm not gonna. Oh, you want me to get shot and killed in your neighborhood?
Then rock it. Then rock it. Are you familiar with Then Rock It?
No.
It's Black China arguing with her mother, and then she's like something. Black China put her hand on her face and something. Then what's Black China's mother's name? Tokyo Tony. She was like, "You did it again. I'm gonna rock your world." Then Black China goes, "Then rock it."
I'm obsessed with the memes of like it'd be like Tokyo Tony in like a car with like the wind blowing through her hair, and like me leaving my trade at 7 a.m. in the morning, just knowing that.
I've decided Tokyo Tony is really a mess. I mean, she's gonna come for us something probably, but she
Unhinged.
is like
Unhinged.
You see her interviewing Miss Charles, Netta and Miss Charles.
Why was Tokyo Tony interviewing Netta and Charles?
So Netta,
I'm
Miss
screaming
Netta,
at Netta and Miss Charles. I'm screaming at that.
Miss Netta and Charles, and also Tia Kemp and one other person were interviewing. It was basically the black journalist versus Trump, but in reverse.
Which is another unhinged thing that happened last week. Our politics is so unhinged that.
Wait, let's take a break before we talk about it. Hold on, let's take a break before we talk about it.
God.
Hey everyone, summer is here and I've got some exciting plans. I got some beach trips, hiking, shows, gigs, bus, another bus, club, no sleep. And that was just for the millennials. And with all the sunny days ahead, sunglasses are a must, and that is why I love Pair Eyewear. You can switch from prescription frames to sunglasses in a snap. And I'm especially excited about Pair's new Mickey and Friends collection featuring playful patterns and iconic characters like Mickey Mouse, Minnie, Donald Duck, and my favorite of all of the characters, Pluto. It's very fun and nostalgic.
Pair's sun tops. Ooh, I love a sun top. Are perfect for summer. They're super convenient. They just snap them on your frames and it's like a new look, a new cut, a new color, a new do. I keep mine in my bag and switch them out whenever I'm outside. Plus, with top frames starting at $25, it's affordable to change up your look. And what's great about Pair Eyewear is that it's budget friendly and convenient without compromising on style or quality. Changing up your look is easy with top frames starting at just $25. And I love recording the snap to show how simple it is to switch them out. Because I'll be switching my tops out all the time. I have a different top frame for different occasions.
Yeah, especially now that you and you're open. I'm sorry.
I have different top frames for different occasions, and I switch them out very often.
Now, the virtual try-on feature was a fantastic experience, and it made finding the perfect fit so easy. Base frames started at $60, and they have options for men, women, kids, and non-binary people. Step into summer sunshine with a snap. Sun top frame started just, listen to me, $30. I use my FSA for my base frames, and the virtual try-on made finding the perfect fit easy. Base frames start at $60, and sun top frames start at $30. Pair Eyewear offers free shipping and a 30-day return policy.
Celebrate friendship and adventure this summer with Pair Eyewear. Go to paireyewear.com and use code Sibling15 for 15% off your first pair. That's PAIR eyewear.com, code Sibling15.
Hey everyone, summertime is the perfect time to kickstart some healthier habits. And if you're looking for a great alternative to some of those bad habits, I've got just the thing for you. It is called Fume. Fume is an award-winning flavor air device that is leading the way in the flavor air category. Imagine swapping out your usual habits for something like a crisp mint or orange vanilla, delicious flavors that are closer to herbal teas than really anything else. With Fume, you can easily satisfy that oral fixation through a passive diffusion system that uses no electronics, vapor, or combustion.
One of my favorite things about Fume is how it draws flavor to your mouth without any vapor. You can use it anywhere and it's totally guilt-free with non-toxic flavors. Plus, it looks awesome with its high-quality weighted design. It's also great to fidget with. Y'all see me playing with them on the podcast. It really is a fun little thing for your fingers. I love it. And it can really help ease anxiety. I've been trying the orange vanilla flavor and I love it. The whole experience of unboxing and using Fume has been fantastic. No nicotine, no batteries to charge, and the ease of using it is just amazing.
Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success stories. For a limited time, try our code Rivalry to get a free gift with your journey pack. Head to tryfume.com, that's TRYFUM.com, and use code Rivalry to get a free gift with your order today.
Y'all, summer can be a very busy time. Girl, for me, it was Pride. Then I thought I was going to be home in July and ended up being traveling all over the world. And it's been a really fun time. But I find myself spending a lot more money eating out on the road and all that stuff. But with Home Chef, you can save time and money while still getting that dining out feeling. I've been letting Home Chef do all the heavy lifting for me because they make it so easy. And in this beautiful weather, I can come home and do a quick, delicious meal. It's fierce.
Now, Home Chef provides fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes. I ain't no chef. This is great for me.
He sure is not. You're not a chef.
I'm not. I know what I'm great at. Everything else. Now, they are conveniently delivered to your doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. Whether you prefer classic meal kits with pre-portioned ingredients and easy instructions, speedy recipes within less than 30 minutes, that's what I love, oven-ready kits with pre-chopped ingredients, or quick microwave meals that assemble in minutes, Home Chef has you and the entire family covered for delicious meals without the hassle.
So y'all know me. I like to, check, what's the term? Cross my T's and dot my I's, make sure everything works good. So I've tried a lot of these delivery services out here, and I can confidently say that Home Chef has been the most satisfying experience. For like realty, I did it all throughout the pandemic. Bob knows I used to be making my little meals, my little parmesans, my little crispy chickens, my little shrimp scampies, my little risottos, and I was doing it because what Home Chef does is fantastic. They offer 30 options a week, catering to a variety of different dietary restrictions and needs, so you never have to worry about what to make ahead of time. Plus, it's economical too. Home Chef customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries.
Now, one of the meals that I recently made was a teriyaki ginger glazed salmon. Yes, and it was so easy to cook with the pre-portioned ingredients. And y'all, I can't cook. So if I'm doing it, trust me, you can do it too. And it has very simple instructions, and it really tasted great. I also love their speedy recipes for those nights when I just want something quick, and their oven-ready kits are perfect for when I don't want to spend much time in the kitchen, and especially don't want to spend time at the grocery store.
For a limited time, Home Chef is offering our listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life. And of course, free shipping on your first box. Go to homechef.com/rivalry. That's homechef.com/rivalry for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert. homechef.com/rivalry. Enjoy your summer and your meals. Summertime is a fantastic time to start building your credit. With the change in routine, we often find ourselves spending more on trips, outings, and all sorts of fun activities. Girl, yes, we are. If you're like me, summer can mean a little extra spending on some fun, but don't let that stress you out financially. With the Chime Secured Credit Builder Visa credit card, it's easy to start building credit with everyday purchases and regular on-time payments, all with no annual fees or interest. Not only does building your credit now help reduce stress, but it can also open up opportunities for lower rates on future loans, whether it's for a car or a home or something cute. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card has no annual fees, no interest, and there's no credit check to apply. You can use it everywhere Visa credit cards are accepted, and you build credit using your own money. It's that simple. One of the best parts of Chime is the additional benefits. You can get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit, giving you access to your money sooner. Plus, with a qualifying direct deposit, you can take advantage of fee-free overdraft with SpotMe, allowing you to overdraft up to $200 without fees. And with access to over 60,000 fee-free ATMs, finding a nearby ATM is a breeze using the Chime app. Sending and receiving money is also seamless with Chime. You can pay anyone, whether they're Chime members or not, and cash out your money money fee-free. With Chime's secure credit card, you can improve your credit score all summer long. Get started today at chime.com/rivalry. That's chime.com/rivalry. Chime feels like progress. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank. N.A. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal and OTC advance fees may apply. Terms and conditions apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details.
Okay, we're black.
So the what was the AABJ?
NBJA, the National Black
National
Journalists
Black Journalists
Yeah,
Association. Is that what the NBJA?
yeah.
They sat down to have a conversation with former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. You know what the J stands for?
Jerome.
Donald Jerome Trump. My name's Donald Jerome Trump.
Yeah, they sat down to talk with him, which I don't even. Also, I hate when people call him President Trump. He's former president. He's not the current president. You don't say president.
Well, I don't think that's how people do say President Barack Obama,
Do they
President Bush. Yeah, people say President Barack Obama. Yeah.
I just want to give him any accolades on fucking anything. Anyway, they sat down talking to him, and that whole interview was wild. People were upset because they were like, "Oh, they offered it to Kamala Harris, but Kamala just couldn't make that." She also offered to do it virtually, but they were like, "Nah, nigga, if you can't be here in person, we don't want it at all." Which Trump acknowledged when he was there, which was I was like interested that he said that. But he went on to like question her blackness. She's like, "Well, she's Indian. I never knew she was black, and now she's like claiming to be like."
No, what he said was she only ever promoted Indian heritage. She only ever had Indian heritage. She only ever promoted Indian heritage. Then all of a sudden she turned black.
Turned black. That's
and
what it
now
was.
she wants to be known as black. And then next thing I know, she turned black.
I can't.
I didn't know she was black.
I can't. But anyway, it was just a fucking. Honestly, I think all of these and JD Vance, they're all contributing to the decline of his campaign because they're unraveling. They look so fucking crazy. But so him even agreeing to go to the NBJA, I'm gagged that he agreed to it because he thought it would garner him some black votes, but it ain't. It did the exact opposite, and I was upset at first that these people gave him the time of day, but I think it was actually in the long term, it was a smart move for him to go on there. For us.
I mean, I'm intrigued by what him and Vance are going to try to do to regain their footing in this election because it's not particularly going great for them.
I think what we're looking at is that when it's, I think what we should be prepared for is that because they've done it before, right? They're not going to accept, if it's a scenario that they lose, they're not going to accept that. So I think that what we need to be thinking of is what does that look like when they refuse to accept the results of the election? Because I think that is going to be their next move. Their next move is if they don't win, they're going to be like, well, it was rigged. It wasn't fair. It's wrong. And we have to be prepared for what action happens after that.
Well, a lot of Republicans are saying stuff like there's going to be a civil war. There are Republicans actually going to the podium at these rallies calling for civil war and civil unrest if Donald Trump does not win the election. And I'm really intrigued by that notion because like then someone's like, and I'm glad that we got guns on our side or something. And I'm like, okay, I want to be clear. If there were a civil war between Trumpers and the U.S. government, it wouldn't be people who voted for Trump versus people who didn't vote for Trump. It'd be a few Trump dissenters versus the United States government.
Right.
So your right to carry, your little pew pew, your little blickety versus what the U.S. military. I mean, not to like y'all. These people who think they can stand, you wouldn't stand a chance against your local police department. Do you think you stand a chance against the National Guard?
That's a good perspective, Bob.
Like they swear it's going to be everyone who voted for Trump versus everyone who voted for Kamala. That's not how that's not how that works, y'all. It's going to be you versus the National Guard. You with your little makeshift, you with your little camo that you bought down at fucking the Duck Dynasty, the Duck Dynasty gift shop. You know what I mean? You went down to the Pro Bass shop and bought some camouflage. You're gonna be going up against trained Navy SEALs.
Yeah, wild.
Hiding in your bushes.
Right. I mean, I need to. I mean, again, so something that I thought.
Sorry, especially because the head of the U.S. government will be the chief of commander will be at that point at the moment that she wins, it'll be Joe
It'll be
Biden,
Joe
Joseph
Biden,
Robinette
until
Biden,
January.
and then on the day of the inauguration, it'll be Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
So like, who do y'all think they're going to listen to?
Right. Well, I mean, again, but this is why, like, when I got my house done, all my windows are bulletproof.
Well, I gotta be honest. Every day you're becoming more and more of a what do you call a doomsday prepper and like, I feel like the more we talk, you start leaning a little low key conspiracy theory.
No, I'm not.
You,
No,
you,
I think
you
it's a
maybe
smart
you and Carrie
thing.
Colby need a pod.
I no, it's a smart thing. Like when I was choosing window options, it was like $5 more per window to just get ones that are bulletproof. So why not? Like,
So you got bulletproof windows, but you wouldn't get an air tag. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And also natural
Yeah.
disasters, bitch. This is the hottest. This is no longer because you know what we would see growing up. Like this is the hottest day since 1920 something. This year we have reached the hottest days in recorded history. It's no longer, oh, this is the hottest day since 1937. This is the hottest day we have ever recorded since we have had the ability to record his temperature.
And are you afraid your windows are going to explode if it gets hotter?
No, I'm natural disasters, girl.
Well, what natural disaster could California have besides an earthquake?
Earthquake.
I don't think your windows are earthquake proof.
No, I mean, but my house is in California. To build a house, you have to do things to earthquake proof your home and like the foundation
To stabilize it.
Yeah, stabilize. Yeah. So I have.
Yeah, I don't know that there's many natural disasters that can harm your windows in California. California is not known for its tornadoes. Now I'm from Georgia. We get a lot of tornadoes in Georgia.
Does Georgia get tornadoes? I thought that was more of a Midwest thing.
Georgia gets probably about 30 tornadoes a year.
Really?
Roughly, I'm sure.
Oh my God, are you coming? Are you?
Whereas
Whereas
California and New York get like barely no. Like I don't think New York gets any tornadoes a year.
Yeah, no, that's not true. In Long Island, like last year, there were like a lot of recorded tornadoes in Long Island last year.
I don't think New York. Jacob, Google how many tornadoes a year New York State gets.
I remember seeing news headlines about it. People were like,
there were a lot of tornadoes.
Not a lot, but more than the average. Like New York, I would never have tornadoes. There were like 3 or 4 in Long Island last year.
Roughly 10 a year in New York. In New York,
10 that's not a lot of tornadoes.
You said Georgia has a lot. Y'all have 30. We're a third of the amount that y'all have.
Yeah, a third. That's
a lot.
That's like
New York.
That is over 200% more.
What? No.
100% would be 20.
Right.
And then another 100% would be 30.
But I'm saying 10 is a lot.
I mean, it's not nothing. Wait, how many does Georgia have, Jacob?
For context, Texas has 124 a year. And the lowest one is Vermont with 1 a year.
Georgia probably has like 30, I'm assuming.
Georgia is 40.
40.
Work. Okay, well, what apocalypse?
Like, have you ever had a tornado drill?
No, never.
Yeah, then you don't live in a place with tornadoes. Because Georgia, we used to have tornado drills all the time.
Work.
And some of those tornado drills we had as a kid, they were not drills. They were straight up tornadoes. But they would tell us they were drills because we were children.
And which one of these post-apocalyptic scenarios would you prefer to live in? Zombie apocalypse, Hunger Games, like, District 12 and Katniss Everdeen and shit. What's that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and they in Manhattan and the world, like the day after tomorrow, or like Mad Max, like desert and like shit like that.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Day After Tomorrow because Day After Tomorrow was like a flood in New York City. Like it was like the Empire State Building that like became the first floor on. Like it was like I can't swim for one. I don't want to live in a wetland for 2. So no.
Yeah, being wet all the time. Well, it flooded and everything froze over. That's what it was like. It's like a crazy polar vortex. Like after everything flooded, this crazy thing that froze everything and being cold.
And I don't like. Oh yeah, no. So I don't want that one. I just do not want that one.
Jacob would be there like, woo! This is nice. This is nice.
It was a little toasty. And then I don't really feel like I want a zombie apocalypse, even though I feel like I might fare relatively well in one. I don't think I'd be the
Why would
last
you
one.
fare well in a zombie apocalypse?
Well, I have skills that you don't know about.
What skills do you have in that scenario?
I can do. I'm very good with knots. I also can start a fire from scratch.
No, I can start a fire. I learned how to do it for Survivor audition.
Okay, I didn't say you couldn't. I said I can.
Yes, you did. You literally said I have skills that you don't.
I said skills that you don't know about. We don't now. One of the skills I have is listening. That's one you don't have too. That's one that you don't seem to be working well with.
That was good. That was good.
I can start a fire. I'm really good with. I was a Boy Scout, so I actually have some wilderness skills.
I'm so intrigued of seeing little chubby then skinny Bob the drag queen in wilderness scout training. I want to see pictures of you in your little gay uniform.
They don't exist.
Why?
Because we didn't have any. Cameras are expensive, Monét. Also, this may shock you, but all of my family's pictures were recently burned to a crisp. That also happened. I go, okay, my trauma. Okay. All right.
You know, some of my family artifacts were damaged in the rainstorm in St. Lucia.
It's not a competition, Monét. It's not a competition. You don't have to go trauma for trauma.
So you want to be in Katniss in Hunger Games?
I think I might do well in the Hunger Games because it's just a numbers game. Like, what are the chances I would be? First of all, I'm too old to be picked. I've aged out. Let me be clear. I've aged out. I'm past that. I've already made it beyond when they're going to start putting kids in the Thunderdome. You know what I mean? And also, I would want to get like a Lenny Kravitz style job. What'd you say, Jacob? Jacob, what's up with your mic, honey?
Oh, sorry. I'm not in my apartment with my mic, so I'm further away and it's not as good. There could be a quarter quell where they choose adults.
I wouldn't get chosen. I mean, the odds are just so terrible. Like, what are the odds I would be chosen? Like, what are the odds? And also, when they chose the adults, weren't the adults they chose people who were former winners?
I don't remember.
And you are a former winner.
Yeah, of Drag Race. I would, but you apply for Drag Race, okay? I don't believe I would ever get chosen. I just don't think from a numbers game, I feel like I would choose. And what was the last one?
Mad Max.
You know, not having to fight for water feels really exhausting. Like having there be such little water feels, because I think that's in pretty much the main premise of Mad Max is how little water there is.
If I was in Hunger Games, first of all, I would want to be like an Effie Trinket person. I would audition to be like that person.
Part of the establishment. That's crazy.
Yeah. If it's down to that, I'll be part of the establishment. But I need to survive.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And then, but if I was to be chosen to represent my district, I would be obviously District 69 with all the queers, because I think they should. Honestly, in that scenario,
you can't be in District 69. You have to be, if you want to be Effie Trinket, you have to be in the Capitol.
Okay, I'm saying if I'm not Effie Trinket, if I have to be in a district, I think they should put all the queers, let us live together in one district. Our district will be we would work so well together. The lesbians would have us together. The gays would design us to hell. The NBs are going to keep us honest and keep us, great. I think put us all together in District 69.
And they're all going to be farming. NBs love to farm. Non-binary people love to farm.
Yeah. And then, so I would represent District 69. I think the weapon of my choice would be archery. Here's a video.
What would the bisexual people do?
Say it again?
What would the bisexual people do?
The bisexual, they will keep us happy sexually. Like they would be
going back and forth.
Yeah, they would be our handmaids.
Jesus. Jesus. I'm sorry to our bisexual listeners.
And then
blessed be.
My weapon of choice would be a bow. So Andy, here's a video right here. Andy, for one of Andy always took me on these fucking white excursions. Although, I'm trying to get myself out of stop saying that. White people black people do archery too, and we're very good at it as well. As I'm watching the Olympics, I'm learning this. So black people do everything too. What?
A lot of us do archery?
I mean, there's a lot of archers. There are a lot of black archers. this year at the Olympics. And so I went to do one of these activities, and I was really good at archery, bitch. I was fucking killing it. Which you and I should go. I would love to go do it. When you get back after your tour, I really want us to start doing some anything you can do's, and we can take it out and get someone to. I have someone that can come film us, and let's go doing archery. Would you do archery?
My toxic trait is thinking that I would be good at archery without any training. I just feel it in my heart. I just feel it in my heart. I was really good at axe throwing. When I axe threw, I was axe throwing clean.
Why do I vaguely remember you telling me that you going art? I'm sending the video to Jacob now before I forget. I remember you doing archery. Do you doing this? A video of you doing this?
I have. Well, it is. I have pretty good hand-eye coordination. So that's why I feel like I would be a great marksman. I feel like I'd be with a gun or with and also I feel like with a gun it feels pretty easy. This is like
a gun is not easy to aim well.
I don't want to diminish the skills of all the people who train with guns, but like there's like a scope on the end. There's like a little thing on the gun. There's like a thing right there. There's like a little thing on the gun.
That's not easy though. It's not. It does not make it easy. I'm telling you, it's hard.
You know, I'm willing to bet money that if we go and shoot guns, I'll be better than you. I just know I
will. Bitch, we're doing it. I know you were away for a while. We're doing it. Jacob, can we start running a learning tab? We're doing archery. We're doing guns. You know what? No, let's do the one where they throw the thing in the air. The ski shooting. And I bet you I'll break more plates than you, nigga.
You know, I mean, I want to be clear that I'm visually impaired, so moving targets might be
There
a
we
little bit harder for me.
There we go. Now she got a disability.
You know, I don't make fun of your plantar fasciitis, okay?
Wait, because you have a little astigmatism?
I have astigmatism in both eyes, and I've been wearing glasses since I was 4 years old.
Where they at now then?
I don't travel with them.
Oh, so so you can't see nothing, but you never wear your glasses.
Well, I don't travel with my glasses because sleeping with your glasses on a plane for me is really uncomfortable. Like being on a plane and you're asleep and your head and then you wake up and your glasses are like smushed into your face. Does any other glasses people have this experience where you're sleeping in public or you can't sleep with your hand like this when you're wearing glasses? Yeah, or like you can't do this.
Yeah, Jacob, what do you do?
You take your glasses off and put them into your glasses case and then put them in the seat pocket.
But I don't carry a glasses case because it's so big and bulky. So I usually put my glasses here on my shirt.
I'm hearing a lot of.
And then I'm afraid.
I mean, you can get non-bulky glasses case. Like if you go to Pair Eyewear and use code Sibling15, they have super slim and easy to travel with glasses cases.
Oh, nice. I got to look at. I've always used the glasses, but I haven't looked at the glasses cases. Thank you so much for bringing that up, Jacob.
Okay, so you don't think my place is a good place for apocalypse? Where do you think is an ideal place to
the top floor of a high rise?
The top floor of a high rise?
If we are in a kind of situation where people are now, yeah, what's the movie where they all break the law?
Purge?
Yeah, if we're in the Purge, I'm going to be on the top floor of a high rise.
I guess that's not bad because then to get to you, are we assuming that electricity is not working?
Electricity works.
Then bitch, let's take an elevator to come up to your floor.
But the thing is, when you're in a high rise, and I don't live in a high rise, but I always thought this to myself: when you live in a large building, like the chances of you getting burgled are just less. There's so many apartments to choose from. Why would you choose my apartment? Like, what about my apartment would make you choose mine?
Because the penthouse. If someone is at the top, you're like, oh, they have a lot of money. I'm going to go there. They have the jewels.
But I've never lived in. Okay, that's a good point. But I've never lived in a penthouse, so I would just live like 3 floors down. Like, who's gonna come to the floor? Who's gonna come to the 10th floor and look at the one on the third door on the left? Like, why would you ever come to my apartment?
Did you watch Station 11?
I'm at the pause for 1 second. My computer's dying. Hold on.
I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get me. I'm my own worst enemy. LA told me you'll be a pop star
All you have to change is everything you are. Tired of being compared to damn Britney Spears. That was Pink. Pink sang that song. She was mad about being compared to Britney, girl. Cause she's like, no, bitch, I'm black. Y'all remember when Pink was black? There you go. Looking pitiful just because I let you go. There you go. People forget about Pink's black era. They had a whole 4 years where Pink was black. I'm dead.
I thought Bob would be back sooner, but you did a really good job carrying the podcast.
I was really just thinking about it. Do you remember Blackpink, Jacob?
Blackpink? I love Blackpink. Jenny, have you heard Jenny's new single? It's so good.
No, I'm talking about a Blackpink, not the
No.
K-pop group.
I do remember when he was black.
No, Pink did used to be black.
Girl, for sure. She had a little black hairstyle too.
Mm-hmm. Before she became a frisbee, she used to be black. Pink is a frisbee. Prove me wrong.
Love Pink. Anyway, so I guess so if it's like a 20-story building.
Sorry, to answer your question, I've never seen Station 11. What is that?
It's a post-apocalyptic. Oh my God, a post-apocalyptic TV show on HBO Max. I forget what happened to the world, but basically it's end times and there's some virus that starts to get people sick and everyone is fine, but then airports and everything gets abandoned. Everything is abandoned and
because you're describing the current world. This is COVID-19.
Yeah,
you're describing the real thing.
I think it was something. It was made after pandemic, or it was made during something like that. But yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic. But if you haven't seen it, then there's a lot of context that I can't explain. But anyway, so I guess so if it's a 20-story building, you're saying live on floor 17.
Yeah, well, and then be in a random why would you ever come to my apartment? Why? Also, if you're in the penthouse, you probably have a little bit of resources. You got to just pay people to protect you. But then you have to offer them something too. You have to give them something so they feel like you're getting something as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but it's also at that point, money is if banks and shit shut down, money is finite. How are you getting money to pay these people?
Resources. You have to have resources. I'm looking at the video of you shooting now, and baby, you are fucking flatness Everdeen, flatfoot Everdeen. Your feet are so
very flat feet. Wait.
Flatness. Your feet are so flat.
Girl, look at that. Bullseye. I know I have very flat feet. Very
I know when you step in paint, it is just an oval with 5 little dots. Literally just a rectangle with 5 little dots above it.
I look like some fucking Disney cartoon character.
I mean, my feet are pretty flat too, but you take the cake. But yeah, I think that you have to have resources. You have to figure out what you can have, but also you need to be basically a community leader. You need to figure out how to turn your apartment building into a community and how you all can protect each other.
Well, Costco has that doomsday box. Costco is literally selling a thing. It costs I don't know how much it costs. Jacob, can you look it up? It's Costco has this thing that they sell, and it has food that's good for 12 years. It's an emergency thing they're selling now, and I'm like, oh God, should I buy one and have it just in the house?
It's $120.
$120.
And what's in it, Jacob?
$120. There's enough food to feed X amount of people for a number of years.
It's 100. It's 104 meals, which is enough for one person for 1 year, I think, or multiple people for a little bit less. Yeah.
How big is this box? I mean, I know you don't have that. Maybe one day we'll review the Doomsday box.
Oh my
we'll
God,
order one.
Guys, we have so much. Anyway, I think that's a really great idea. We could do. We can review it at Bob's new headquarters. What are you gonna call your new headquarters?
We can review at your fucking headquarters, bitch. Why we gotta?
Okay, we can do it here too. I don't care.
Yeah. Rest assured.
What are you gonna call your new headquarters?
It's Press First Productions.
Word.
I feel like you should call it Bob HQ.
I'm not trying to bite off Kamala style. I don't want to take away from her campaign. I don't want to
Kamala?
detract. Kamala HQ. You don't know about Kamala HQ?
No.
Oh.
I want a
That's
blue Mala hat. Make America Laugh Again hat. I want one so bad.
a blue baller hat.
You know how Donald Trump has the the MAGA hats, and it's a red one? There's a blue one that says Make America Laugh Again, like Kamala, Mala, Mala. But they're not officially selling it on her site. So I'm like, I want to buy one that's actually going to contribute to campaign funds.
Why don't you just buy one and then contribute to the campaign separately?
Well, that's a good idea too.
I don't know why she didn't keep saying we're not going back. I thought that was going to be the official campaign slogan.
It's not. What's the official campaign slogan?
Maybe it is. I just haven't heard her saying it as much as. I mean, I guess I haven't really heard Trump say "Make America Great Again" in a really long time. I actually don't know that I've heard him say those words in a really long time, but I was hoping to see more. We're not going back.
Bitch, her at her fucking Atlanta rally was so good. And you know what? And to all these fucking, I get so upset about black people who, and I want to say black. I mean, I'm not gonna call her black, but the bitch has said she ain't black. And then when people said that she ain't black, she's like, I didn't say that. And people are like, Amber Rose. And people are like, well, here's a clip of you saying that you're not black, you fucking dumb bitch. Like, she did an interview. She was like, and you know, and
wait, real quick. Sorry to jump in, but I want to point out that everyone who jumped down my throat about Tyler went on the Breakfast Club and said the exact same thing I said.
What'd she say?
Tyler went on the. I was like, just so you guys know, and your race, race social constructs, depending on where you are, you will be considered something different. So in America, Tyler's black. In South Africa, she's colored. And then she went on the Breakfast Club and said pretty much verbatim that. She was like, yeah, I'm black. In different places, I'm considered black. So for all of you who are in these streets, so wearing up and down, I was y'all want me to be wrong so bad. Y'all wake up in the morning and drink on a haterade, praying for the day that I'll be wrong. And Tyla herself was like, yeah, I'm black in America. I understand that I'm black. Anyway, I felt vindicated.
The fucking dumb bitch Amber Rose she did this interview for Fox or some bullshit. And they were like, what do you think about Megan Thee Stallion performing at Kamala Harris's rally? And she's like, and basically like talking down about like how like she feels like it's pandering to black people. I'm like, there is nothing wrong with enjoying and embracing black culture at a fucking rally for our president, for now our Democratic president-elect, who is fucking black. Like, sometimes I feel like the shame of black people to enjoy black things, and I'm like, why can we not, like, what is the problem with having Megan and Quavo and Tyler the Creator performing at this rally, which was predominantly black people? Like, what, and even if it was all white people, what is the problem with that?
On the topic of Amber Rose being black, I will say this. Like I said to Iyala, you cannot be unblacked, whether we like Amber Rose or not. If she has a black parent, she's black. I don't know what her parents look like, but you can't.
No, but she says she's not black.
Again, you can't unblack yourself. Like, Monét, if you decide you're not black, that doesn't make you not black. That's not how being black works. But you can't just decide one day you're not black.
I know I can't. But what she expressed
in that interview, and neither can Amber Rose. But Amber Rose also can't decide she's not black.
But what she's expressed in that interview, she's saying that she doesn't like what she was based. She didn't say these words exactly, but she was suggesting that she does not have black experiences because that is not her experience. Like, she's saying like that is not her experience when she steps onto the world. So I have to take her word for it.
I understand what she's saying, but that doesn't make you not black. You cannot unblack yourself. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't get to be we don't get to make someone black when we like them and make them not black when we don't like them anymore. I don't know Amber Rose's parents, but if Amber Rose has a black parent, she's black, and that just is what it is.
But also, I'm by what you tell me to refer to you as and respect you as. That's also that I think yes, you cannot unblack yourself.
So is Rachel Dolezal black?
Say it again. Sorry,
is Rachel Dolezal black?
Who Chinosa?
Is Rachel Dolezal black? That's what she told you to refer to her as.
Right, but apparently. But I will say this: before we knew the thing, Rachel Dolezal was having a black experience. Like,
but is she black?
No, she's not black. But
you said whatever you asked me to refer to you as, that's what I'm gonna call you.
I'm saying, but without context. If I just saw if Rachel Dolezal dropped off my mail today, I would think it was a black lady dropping off my mail. So I would give her. But we have context. Rachel is having a black experience.
No, she is having. You can have black experiences. You can have a trans experience and not be trans. You can have a black experience and not be black. But you said whatever you tell me, that's what I'm gonna call you. So based on that, you like I'm not calling her black because she says she's not black. Yeah. So I'm trying to see how linear the logic is. So is Rachel Dolezal black? Not if you have a black experience, is she black?
But I will say this: Rachel Dolezal is now saying that she's not black. She should not refer to her as that. So,
I don't think that's what she's saying.
Yes, it is. After the whole yes.
I don't think Rachel. From what I understand, her name's not Rachel anymore. But I can't remember her name. But she's more than doubled down. She's tripled down. She's like, I'm still black.
Roberta. I think when she got called out and she got dragged by the thing, she rescinded her blackness.
Look it up. I don't think that's true, but you're missing the point of what I'm saying. It's not what you identify yourself as. It is not what you identify yourself as. Yeah, her name is Nkechi Amari Diallo. Is an American former college instructor and activist known for presenting herself as a black woman. She is also a former. It doesn't say whether or not she still says she's black though.
I'll tell you one thing: she blacker than Amber Rose.
But I'm just saying. But you get what I'm saying though, right?
I get what your point is, but I don't think it's black and white like that though.
Okay.
I think that if a black person, he's hot. I think if a black person is telling you, or what someone we perceive as black is saying, like, I'm not black, I don't have that experience, I'm going to say, okay, then I'm not going to offer that to you because you're saying that is not the experience you have and that you're not black, so work. But if a white person is coming up to me and saying, hey, I'm black, I know that is a different thing. Like, a white person coming to me and telling me, hey, I'm black, and refer to me as a black person, I'm like, but you're not. That is different.
So you think you can unblack yourself? You can just be unblacked.
Yes, depending on your experience, which Amber Rose is saying. She's like, I don't have black experiences and I'm not black.
But every experience that a black person has is a black experience.
But your parent is black. And I'm like...
But every experience that a black person has is a black experience.
But she's saying she's not having those black experiences.
No, but every experience you have is a black experience. Every experience you have is a black... So when you went archering, even though a lot of black folks don't do archery, that's still a black experience.
Because I was also...
Like, for example...
presenting black.
Barack Obama being the president was a black experience, even though no other black person ever had that experience. So now being the president is indeed a black experience.
This is true.
So that's what I'm saying. You cannot unblack. You can't be unblacked. Even when it's good. Even when you like the person or when you don't like the person. If you're black, you are black, and that just is what it is.
But also, who are we to say that she's having a black experience?
Because she's black. Every experience you have as a black person is a black experience.
But I don't.
Now there are shared black experiences. Do what?
I don't think. No pun intended. I don't think it's black and white like that. Like, I'm like, for example, right? Let's say Andy had no. I mean, and I get what you're saying because of the one drop rule, because she has blackness in her, even though no one perceives her as black, and we don't know, and we may not know that she's black, just because she's having, like, for example, if fucking Joe Biden, we find out that he is an octoroon and he has black in him, then he's having a black experience. Like, then, like, so, like, where's the line? So, like, if you're a fucking, I don't know the number, a fucking decaroon, and generations to generations ago you have black, are you now having a black experience because your great-great-grandfather was black? Like, where's the line? Is it only your parents? Is it up to your grandparents? Like, how do we draw that? How do we delineate that line?
Well, a lot of it is phenotype.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna mute when I'm not talking.
A lot of it is phenotype, which is basically like your genetic makeup and how you look, and some part of phenotype is also what you alter yourself to be as well. And not only that, but like someone like Lena Horne, right? Lena Horne had a period of time in Hollywood where she was presenting white. It did not last very long. She pretty much came out black and loud and proud. And that was kind of just part of what a lot of people did at that time. If they could pass, then they would pass. But even the process of trying to pass for white was indeed still a black experience.
I agree with you, but I'm saying, like, where do we draw this line? Like, where does the line stop at who is having a black experience? Like, how far back do we stop it?
Well, I'll say the line certainly doesn't stop at your parents.
Right. So I'm saying, but where is it then? Like, we have, like, was Carol Channing having a black experience? Because she's an octoroon, and because, you know what I mean? Like, how do we find who decides that?
I mean, I guess that it is maybe a societal thing because race is a social construct. So if you're being perceived as black, and there have been moments where Amber Rose was perceived as black. By the way, this is not me caping or advocating for Amber Rose. It's just to to complete my thesis where you cannot be unblacked.
I agree that you cannot be unblack, but I think there are nuances in deciding or delineating when that is the case and when it's not. That's all I'm
Because
saying.
then you ask yourself, when do you redo it? Like, for example, what
I
if
know.
what if your parents are both black, their parents are both black, but you're not having quote unquote black experiences? Then can you say you're not? If that person tells you they're not black, do you believe them?
Wait, say it again. Sorry.
Both your parents are black,
Uh-huh.
and all four of your grandparents are also black.
Uh-huh.
But that person feels like they're just not having black experiences. My experience does not line up with that of other black people. Will you let that person be like, I'm not black?
I
Like
mean,
when they tell you they're not black, are you like, okay, well they're not black?
I mean, I think it's kind of like what we were talking about, like how they're perceived, right? If that person is presenting like
No, they look black. They look like me or you.
like they look like you're me.
Yeah, but they're telling you, my experiences don't. I was raised in a white neighborhood. All my friends are white. I went to a white school. I have a white
Because then I
job.
think phenotype comes into place. Like, bitch, I'm seeing a black person. I think
But
that's
their
different.
experiences don't feel. But they're not having. But they don't feel like they're having black experiences though.
Well, I don't know. Bitch, I don't know. I am not a cultural. Oh God, hold on. Fallon about to come here and fucking bark her ass in there.
A sociologist,
Potato, please.
anthropologist.
I don't know if that's the if I think it's a very nuanced conversation, but I don't know.
Okay,
anyone who-
one black parent, one white parent, and they're like, I have light skin, and I
think that's
straighten
when
my
the
hair.
phenotype comes into place. We're talking about like what you're being perceived as. I think Amber Rose is someone like, for example, no, this is a real thing. Andy did not realize that Amber Rose was black, right? And again, that's not for Andy. Andy's a white person that is none of his fucking business. But in phenotype or how she presents, how she looks, Andy didn't know. I was like, yeah, she's black. I was like, oh, work. It's not work. He was like, it's like how is she going online on and saying all this stuff? I'm like, because people are fucking crazy. But that
I mean, there are people who didn't know that Mariah Carey is black. It doesn't make her not black.
I didn't know she was black.
That's crazy to me.
I didn't growing up. I did not know she. I thought that was a white lady.
That is. I just don't see how you can look at Mariah Carey and see a white lady.
Can y'all comment? Okay, sorry, that's the whole problem. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Can y'all comment if Mariah Carey is black? That's crazy.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say how many people when they were younger didn't know. Like I cannot be the only one who didn't know that Mariah Carey was black as a kid.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm sure maybe someone else. There are people who thought Mariah Carey was white, which to me it was clear that she wasn't white. But then again, a lot of folks thought Richard Ojal was black. So
work. All right, I think we have to end the podcast here today, baby.
Oh, you got somewhere to be?
I do.
What you gonna go help with the construction?
I know it's your friend's birthday that you're choosing to miss his birthday again.
Assad Yaqub.
Assad Yaqub.
Well, it's not his birthday. I actually took him out for his birthday. I bought him a cupcake. Me and Jacob were the first people to say happy birthday to him on his actual birthday.
Oh my God.
That's how much we cared.
Okay, bitch.
I cared so much that I called him randomly, and he was like, "Oh, it's my birthday." I was like, "Oh." We went and saw Deadpool vs. Wolverine.
Oh my God, what'd you think of it?
I thought it wasn't as funny as the other two. The first one was just so funny.
First one was
but it was still good.
I thought it was good too. I thought that by the third, like I was a little over him and Wolverine constantly just mutilating each other. Like it lost some of the fun for me with that. And I think the third fight when it was him and Wolverine fighting all the Deadpools, I was like, this is.
Some people seem really upset by all the gay jokes, but is it weird that I was like, I don't care.
I don't care. I wasn't bothered by that at all.
Yeah, I was at this party last night. Someone was like, "What'd you think of all the gay jokes?" And I was like, "Girl, I didn't think about those fucking gay jokes."
Like what? People think that we should gay people were offended by them because he's not gay.
Maybe she was offended. I don't know.
God. Anyway, I love you so much, and I'm so happy that we got to reconnect. I can't wait for you to come back home. Even though that seems like you're never gonna be home again. Wow.
That should be Kamala Harris's campaign slogan.
No, Amber Rose is going to say it's also anyway. We'll talk about Kamala a lot. I have so many thoughts.
If anyone knows about pandering to the black community, it might be Amber Rose. So maybe she's an expert in this field.
I have so many thoughts. We're gonna keep on talking about this for the next couple of months and hopefully a couple of years.
Again.
Huh?
Turn your head again. Turn your head. Look back again. Why is this? What is this tendon in your neck?
Tint on my neck?
Tendon. Look back. What is this tendon in your neck?
It's called are you talking about this?
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Bro, that's your aorta. That is like the biggest vein.
That's not your aorta. That is not your aorta.
Is here.
That's also not where your aorta is.
Where's your aorta?
It's in your heart.
No, your aorta comes to your neck. And now, to quote you, that is not up for debate.
I think your aorta is in your chest. I'm almost positive your aorta is in your chest.
I am 100% positive your aorta comes up through here. Not even up for debate.
Jacob, where is the aorta? You're muted, Jacob. You're as muted as you can be.
You're both right. It's the main. It's in your heart, and it's like a main vein, so it goes from your heart up through your neck.
Thank you. And on that,
no, you said it wasn't in the. You said it wasn't in the heart.
What?
You said it wasn't in the heart.
I did not say it was in the heart. I said your aorta is up here.
The aorta is a cane-shaped artery. It starts in the lower left chamber of your heart, and from there it extends up toward your head, a short distance below your neck.
Thank you.
A short distance below your neck. You're saying this goes up the neck.
No, it does go up the neck. Oh, actually, let's look. Let's look at this model. There's a picture. Yeah, here it goes.
I mean, it's the neck.
Yeah.
No, the aorta does not go up through your neck. The aorta does not go up through your neck. It connects to something that goes up through your neck, but the aorta itself does not go up through your neck.
Hold on. Yes. The aorta arches
upward here
toward the neck before curving back down.
No, the aorta is not in your neck. The aorta is not in your neck.
That's what we were saying. It goes up. You can see it going up toward the neck and then curving back down. But this thing that you were describing
I have a different anatomy than y'all. My anatomy is not the same as y'all fucking basic.
Okay, no, Monét, you just say you're wrong. Your aorta is not in your neck. It's in your chest. You're wrong.
Okay, I was presenting my x-rays. My aorta goes right here.
Can you just say you're wrong? Because you were so loud and wrong. Your aorta is not in it's in your chest. It is not in your neck.
Okay, and I talk about your aorta. No, about my aorta.
Okay, we need to, because you're never gonna say you're wrong. I know you're wrong, and we're gonna. And on that note, thank you for coming on my show.